Hello, friends. Welcome back to Ginger Peachy Pens. Today is a day that I think many people have waited for. I've been asked for this video for a long time. I'm going to share with you my current whole pen fountain pen collection. Um, this collection has evolved a lot over the years, starting in about 2015. I think I was saying 2010 a whole bunch in a past video, but it was like January 2015. So it's been over 10 years that I've been on my fountain pen journey. and yeah, a lot of pens have come and gone from my collection. A lot have gone. And a lot of you know that in the past couple of years, I've sold a lot of pens too, trying to pare down, refine, keep what I really love and what I actually use. And that's been hard. It's been challenging. Yeah, sometimes it's really hard, and I stare at my collection like I still want to let go of some things, but I don't know what to let go of. And then I'll just have a moment of clarity where it's like this can go, and I just sell off a bunch of stuff. Anyway, I'm kind of in this process, like in my whole life, of trying to let go, clear out, declutter, and also have a better mindset about things. It's a really hard process for somebody who likes stuff. And you could ask my family. I've always liked stuff, particularly little trinkety, cute, unnecessary stuff. So, anyway, today I'm going to share with you my current collection. I'm pretty happy with it right now, and I'm excited to share it with you. And maybe as I'm going through it, I'll pull a few more things to sell. We'll see. But, and at the end, I will show you what is still for sale. Some things that are mine, some things that I'm helping a friend sell. But at the end, I don't want to make this like a sales video. But if you're interested, at the end, I'll show you some things that are for sale. So, all right, here we go. We're going to start off. I've got these organized by brand into my little drawers. And we're going to start with Pilot. Oh, and I actually have a couple of Pilot pens to add to this. So, here is my Pilot pen collection as it currently stands. You may notice, if you've been here for a while, a few things that are not here anymore. But I have one of the vanishing points with the special alloy nib. Oh, it's not going to show because there's nothing in there to compress. I don't have a cartridge in there. But it has that special alloy, is what they call it, nib, which I assume is steel or something like that. These are like $69 or something. I got it on Amazon. I actually really like the nib on this one a lot. My very first vanishing point, actually I think my very first one was matte black, but then the second one was yellow, and it was like a bright yellow. And part of me wishes that I still had that one because I loved that bright yellow. And but I do like this like mustardy yellow one. I am going to try to get through this fairly quickly, but so I'm kind of unsure about like how much time to give things. My other two VPs are the Seashore, which was limited, I believe, last year, 2024, yes. Really, really enjoy this one. It's so pretty. I've considered letting it go a couple of times because I just know that I could make most of my money back probably on it. But every time I try to convince myself, I just can't yet. So that one's really beautiful. And then here is my original Grail pen, the pink limited edition VP from 2011. So this had come and gone when I got into fountain pens, but the moment I saw it, I was like, yes, that will be mine one day. And it was the most expensive pen I had ever paid for. I paid for it like after it was gone, bought it from Japan. Yeah, I've never regretted that one, not for a minute. It's just the most gorgeous pink. And like if I had to get rid of everything and keep three, that would probably be one of the top three. So then I have two custom 74s. They both have medium nibs. I do wish that one of them had a fine nib because the mediums are a little bit broad, a little bit mushy for me sometimes. But love the violet. They don't make this one anymore. I hunted it down and actually paid a really, really like inexpensive price for it, brand new from Tay at Pins in Asia. I really trust him, and he's done a great job for a couple of things with me, with a couple of things for me. And yeah, I love this transparent violet. It does need to be cleaned. You can see some ink in there. I had to go pull things out of my to be cleaned container. And this is the Benny Fuji, which was limited edition. I did actually sell this one earlier this year, and as I was packing it up, I just had a moment of, not even a moment, I had a day of like, I cannot let this go. Like, I just could not bring myself, and I messaged the buyer and was like, here's what I'm feeling. Tell me what you think, you know. And she was like, it's just a pen. It's fine. Like, no big deal. And I refunded her money, and I promised her that if I ever sell it, she'll be the first to know. And she was so kind, and I so appreciate it. You know, she was just like, there's other ones that I want and things that I love. So she wasn't worried about it. And I just appreciated that because I felt really guilty. But I am really glad that I still have it right now. The custom 723 in verdigris. Is that what it's called? Yeah. This green is beautiful. It's beautiful. This is the cartridge converter version, basically, of the 823, but it's not 823. It's 723, 743. Sorry. Anyway, super beautiful. Also a medium nib on this one, but I do really like it. This one is my one and only remaining custom 823. Which is the vacuum filler. This is the one in smoke and black. And this one does have a fine nib. That's the main reason I kept this one, is the fine nib. And I just, in the end, I liked the amber brown one and I liked the transparent one. But I just kept this one because it's so classic. And I liked that fine nib. I didn't really want to put the fine nib into a different, I just decided to keep this one. So that's the one that I still have. And then these are my like low end pilot pens. The Metropolitan was one of my very first fountain pens, maybe my second or third. That's basically why it's still here, because I haven't used it in a long time, except I think it was in a mystery matchup a while back. But it's here because it was one of my first, and I chose black because I thought I can put any ink color in this, which is true, but I just had no idea how much I was going to love colorful fountain pens. So I do have two Kakunos. I enjoy these. I do use them despite having like other really nice things. Kakunos, like, you just can't go wrong with them. They are so inexpensive. Actually, both of these have fine nibs. Yeah, they always write. They stay wet and usable for months and months. They're awesome. This Explorer is a newer one to my collection. I bought it from my friend who I'm helping sell pens. So when she gave me the box of stuff to sell, I was like, I've wanted to try one of these for a while. And so this one's actually got ink in it because it's been in my pen case. But it's got that same nib that the Metropolitan and the Kakunos have. But I just love this design and the snap cap. Well, those have snap cap too, but I love the design, how it looks like the Pilot Vision, pen from that, we've all used before, those liquid pens. And then I have one Prera. I've considered letting this Prera go a bunch of times, but it's one of those, it's like, you don't actually get that much money for it when you sell it, and it is nice to have. Like, I just keep it because I have used it a little. It's not one I reach for a lot, but it's also a good one just to have and to use occasionally. I don't know, I'm not saying that well, but like, it's one of those, it's like, it's almost not worth not worth getting rid of. And I do like it. I think it's pretty, and it'll stay. And then I have these two that are kind of non-traditional pens. This is a Pilot Parallel. If you've never seen one of these, it has this crazy like wide nib. This one is in 3.8 millimeters. So it's very much a like lettering fun pen. And then this one is a Pilot, what are these called? Penmanship. And these have these funny little bullet caps. Same nib as like all these other inexpensive ones. And it's got a little bit of a triangle grip, but it's not too uncomfortable. And just a great little, I don't know, just a little inexpensive penmanship. I'm not really sure what's special about them. This is my only extra fine out of all these. But yeah, I ink it up from time to time and enjoy it. So there is my Pilot collection. Okay, up next is Platinum, and Pilot and Platinum are really the only two brands. They're the only two brands anymore that I still have a whole tray dedicated to in my pen box. This is my Platinum drawer, and we'll start over here. Actually, I'm going to move this one down here. This is the Platinum Cool, which is not a pen that they sell anymore. It was an early purchase for me. I like it. I don't use it a lot, but I thought it was so cool when I got it because you could see the feed through the grip, and that was new to me when I first got this pen. Just thought it was really cool, and it's one that has just stayed because I still think it's cool. Then my one and only Plaisir. This one is in Venus Belt, and I really like this one. It's inked. It's been in my pen case. Yeah, I've enjoyed it a lot. It's almost out of ink actually. But yeah, my one and only Plaisir. It's got that really satisfying click, and y'all know I don't even like metal pens, but this one does have that plastic grip, which helps. And I don't know, it's just a really great, like, it's lightweight, you know, it's not a heavy metal pen at all. So I really like the Plaisir. I think it's a great option for beginners or for anybody. I have 6 of these little meteor pens, so I won't show you. I'll show you quickly. These 4 have Sanrio characters on them, which is adorable, and I bought them all together, I think from Mercari, and they're very cute. And then there's another Hello Kitty little camping one, and then one with a cat on it, and I'll show you one of these real quick. It has that same grip and nib as the Plaisir, as also the Preppy, and the Pre-Fount I think has the same one. It's the kind of standard Pilot inexpensive pen grip and nib. This one does have a little star on it, which is different, I think, on the little meteors, the little shooting stars. But they're just little plastic, like, cute, I don't know, they have this like faceted design, very extremely lightweight, very comparable to a Kakuno, Pilot Kakuno, probably, you know, is sort of modeled after a Kakuno. Not a copy, but, you know, similar idea here. And I love these. I usually like these 2 are in my pen case. You know, they're here right now for me to show you. Love them. I also love my 3776 centuries, as you can tell. I have 6 currently. The Roca is one that left my collection. I sold it and then regretted it, and then had the opportunity to buy another one with a nib that I like better for the same price that I sold mine. So that happened a few years ago, and no regrets here. I love this one. It is inked right now, so it's not clear completely at the moment, but it's got that snowflake design. It was just really special. So nice. I love that one. These 2 were 2 of my earliest Platinum pens. They're the Nice collection, the lilac and the lavender. And these are an interesting texture because they're matte, but then they have these little grooves, and they're shiny down in the grooves. So they give you that pretty, I don't know, sort of a shimmer when you turn them. I really like these a lot. Sometimes I find the way these grooves are cut to be almost a little sharp, like on my hand, but not so much that I won't use them. This one has a broad nib also, which is not the one that I reach for the most. I do tend to reach for this one with a medium nib more, and I can switch those nibs around, obviously. But those 2 have made it through so many rounds of cuts. I do have 2 of the Shape of Heart collection. I resisted this collection so hard until this chai latte one came out, or chai, is it called chai latte, I think? And I just thought it's so pretty. It's neutral, you know, like it goes with everything. Mine has a little crack in it, and I'm waiting for a replacement grip section for it. But these are so pretty with the little gems in the top, and there are little heart cutouts up there too. And then this is the Bluebird, and just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous pen. This one has a fine nib. The chai latte has a medium nib, and I enjoy both of those immensely. They're both inked. They both are taken out of my pen case to come in here. And then last but not least, this one is a Nagasawa pen, but it is in the, it's a, you know, collaboration or whatever with Platinum. I don't know how they call it exactly, but it is the same as a Platinum 3776. This one is called Cider, and I can blame my friend Kim for this because I saw this at a pen meetup, and after I sold a few pens, I got this one. So this was a kind of a fail in the pen selling. I have paid off tons of debt, and I thank y'all so much for all the pens that I've sold, but this one came back into my life because after I held hers, I was like, that has to be mine. So anyway, it's gorgeous. I have loved using it, and it's kind of prompted me to let some other things go that was like, I don't like them as much as I like this, you know what I mean? So there is Platinum, and we'll move on. Here is my Esterbrook's and some others. I used to have like a whole drawer of Esterbrook's, so I'm kind of proud of this. I do actually miss the Aqua, which I just sold recently. Is the one that I was like, I probably shouldn't have let that one go. But, you know, you live and learn. And maybe they'll bring it back one day or something. But here's what I have left. These are the ones I could not imagine parting with. And I actually started to sell the honeycomb, and then it was like, no, that has to come back. It was my first SD, and I just was like, I think it needs to stay. So I have the sunflower, the honeycomb. This is the Kacho Fugetsu, the first one, the flower one. This is the punch, and the newer lilac with the gold trim. And so that's my 5 SDs that I have. Y'all are familiar with SDs, I am sure. I'll show you this, my very first one. To me, SDs have the ideal grip section size. They're a wonderful length. They post really well. They're really comfortable in your hand. Oh, I do have one more SD in my drawer that has my large pen. So you'll see that one later. My one SD oversized because it's too tall to go in here. But SDs I think they're just wonderful. Like, I just feel like you can't go wrong with them. And so I'm happy with this little collection. This is a, what's this called, y'all? The new Model J, is that what it's called? This is my only ebonite pen. It's an antique rose, and I think it's gorgeous. I love the gold bands here. I just think that's really special, you know? And it's got a lovely nib, just like all of these Esterbrook's do. It's cartridge converter. Just a really pretty, like, lightweight pen. I don't know. I really like this one. I've considered letting it go because it's not my favorite of the Esterbrook's, but I do really like it, and it's the only one that I have like it. So for now, it's here. My only Monte Grappa left. I did sell the other Elmo Marshmallow. The newer one with the gold trim. I sold it. This is my one that was my Grail, my Grail pen that I told you the story before, but I just threw out on Instagram, hey, if anybody wants to sell this, let me know. And a friend reached out and was like, hey, I'll sell you mine because I've been wanting something different. And so she sold it to me, and I like toted it, like I opened it straight out of the mailbox and like carried it around while I was walking my dog because I was so excited. But yeah, the Elmo Marshmallow is so beautiful. My one and only Aurora pen, I almost sold this one recently, part of me still feels like I should sell it because, you know, I know that I could make most of my money back on it, but I just couldn't let it go just yet. It's got like the most beautiful little pink spot on the finial. It's the coloring is so pretty, and the nib is so nice. Like these Auroras are just really special. They're just like, they're made in pretty small batches. I'm pretty sure they're all handmade and a family business, like a really cool thing. And so I don't know that I'll ever own another Aurora, but this one's just beautiful, and I'm really happy with it. These two Lamy Safaris, everyone knows the Lamy Safaris, are two of my very first pens. This neon yellow one was my first fountain pen, aside from some little tiny ones that you'll see later. But yeah, these stay in my collection not because they get used much, but because they are sentimental and good to have, especially when you're going to do a video about starter pens or whatever. But yeah, those are my two Lamy Safaris, my only two Lamy pens at this point. And yeah, there's another tray. Okay, up next I have Twsbi and Pelikan. These are both brands that Twsbi I for sure had like more than a whole tray full, and Pelikan I had at least 4 or 5 more of them, and I'm really happy with this right now. So starting down here, the Twsbi Ecos, I have 4. I've kept this cream one because it's so pretty, and I just figure like kind of, you know, a lot of colored inks could go into this. And then these 3 are basically, they're here because it's like I can't let them go. I love this jade. It was one of their like limited ones. It's not a glow in the dark, it's just, but it's got that kind of jelly look, and I just think it's so pretty. It's not been used a whole lot, but it's so pretty, I just couldn't part with it. And then these 2 are really similar, but this one is the glow purple, so it's really like kind of much more translucent than the other one, but that's the glow purple, and this is the lilac, I think, and they're just my favorite color of them. And when I look at them, it was like neither one of them do I like less than the other. There's a little gnat. Go away, gnat. So they're both gonna stay. So I have 4 Ecos. I had a whole rainbow. I had orange, pink, yellow, I had the glow green, I had 2 or 3 different blues, and this is what I've got left. I'm proud of that. So sorry, I keep kind of saying that, but I've had multiple other Diamond 580s in the past. It's been a while, but this is my first one. This green, I just love this shade of green. It's not available anymore. I actually had a backup of it for a long time, and I've finally sold the backup a couple of years ago, but I just love this shade of green, and love to go back and use this one. The let me see, the Erbon Vert Rosetta is almost a perfect match for this pen, and so that is what it has been inked with the most often. And then the other one is the Iris. This one has a fine nib on it, which I adore. It's a nail, like it's a very hard, very firm nib, and I love it. I really like the Iris, the like rainbowy effect. So those stay. The grape, the mini grape, is one that I have almost parted with a bunch of times because I don't like metal pens. I don't like metal grips, but it's just so stinking cute. I had another mini that I did let go of. It was just like a white one, but this one's just so stinking cute. I do enjoy it more than I thought I would. The metal grip, I kind of get over it. Alright, I was collecting also the Pelikan gemstone collection. I was collecting all of them, and I've let most of those go. I kept my 3 favorites, which are Star Ruby and Olivine and Smoky Quartz, beautiful brown and gold. These are the M200 or M205. The 200s have gold trim, and the M205s have the silver trim. I kept a broad nib on that. I thought I swapped that out for a different one. But yeah, those are my 3 favorites. These also are the 3 inks that I have backup bottles of. I think they're the only 3 inks that I own backup bottles of are Star Ruby, Olivine, and Smoky Quartz because I love them. My one other Pelikan M200 is this pastel blue. I love this like silky looking material, the chatoyance. This was in my mystery matchup, I think, recently, and so it's inked right now with it's got a fine nib, and yeah, it's really pretty. Wasn't super expensive, and so I feel good about keeping it and using it and enjoying it. I did let go of my white tortoise shell Souverain. It was beautiful, but it had that mushy medium nib that really wrote like almost like a double broad. And I always wanted to get that ground, and I never have. So I finally just was like, you know what? I'm gonna let somebody else enjoy this. And then this is my vintage Pelikan twist. I know it's not the same as the new twist, but is that what it was called though? Anyway, it's a vintage Pelikan like starter pin that they sent us for the Pelikan Hub a couple of years ago, or Endless Pens sent them out for the Pelikan Hub, and it's just precious. It doesn't get used much, but it lives in here because it's adorable, right? So, anyway, Twsbi and Pelikan. All right, woo, I had to go get a drink of water. But I'm back. And I have for you Kaweco Sports, Kaweco and Franklin-Christoph. And there are a couple of other Franklin-Christoph pens that will come up again in my like long pen collection. But here I have one Perkio. This one was fun. I bought it at a local office supply store. Was this the one? No, I didn't. Nope, it wasn't this one. Anyway, I have one Perkio, which is the like starter, sort of a kid's pen, or not. I mean, I'm an adult and I fully bought it as an adult, but it's an inexpensive one. Looks strikingly like that Ferris wheel press. What is it called? The carousel or something. And I think this is way better quality from what I've seen. So, yeah, that's a super fun one. It doesn't get used a whole lot, but I do like it. It's a fun pen, inexpensive. I only have 6 sports. I say only. I know that's plenty. I did have a few more that have gone on. This is the one that I bought at a local office supply shop and had to like literally Google a price because they had no idea what to charge me for this. They didn't have any prices on things. And so, I mean, I paid a fair price for it, but anyway, the pink, you can see that I like these with clips on them. I like the weight with the clips. So anyway, I have this little collection of the, I don't remember the color names at the moment, but this like mocha one, and then the pearl, the iridescent pearl is so pretty. The lavender, lilac, or whatever it was called. What were these called? This little collection. I don't know. I like these little translucent ones. I just have the one, but I also have like the roller ball version, I think, or the ballpoint version. This one's probably my favorite. The like lilac. Is it called dark lilac? No, what am I saying? Olive. I think it was called dark olive. I think this was my favorite. I just love this color. It's got a fine nib on it. I have used this one a whole bunch. It's gotten very beat up because of where I had it, but I just think it's so cute, so pretty, the colors together. Like I always put my little clips in the same place relative to the name. It's just it's a fun thing. All right, and then here's my little Franklin-Christoph collection. This again is a collection that used to fill up a whole tray by itself at one point. That's been several years ago. But I have just a few left. I had like 4 in this salmon glow because pink pens used to be my thing. How many people were here ever since I all I wanted were pink pens? But this is my one salmon glow in the model 46. I know a couple of some of these models they don't make anymore. I'm sorry about that. But that's the 46. It is very similar to the 45. This has a number 6 nib. This has a number 5 nib. That's kind of how their some of their numbering works. They have these cool like block threads down by the nib, which is not always super comfortable for me because I kind of hold my pen close to the grip. I mean, close to the nib, but it's not so uncomfortable that I can't use it. And then this one is the 45. This one's called the 45L, like long, and then this one is just the 45, and so it's a short one. It does not hold a standard converter, so it's either a cartridge or like one of those mini Kaweco converters, but I really like this Orange Crush one. I think it might be my only orange pen currently. So I like those. Oh, my other 46 is the Stars on Sapphire Lakes, which I bought from someone else. Like I had to like hunt it down and buy it from a friend, and then now I've been asked about it so many times. But this is the Gourmet Pens Stars on Sapphire Lakes 46, and it's gorgeous, and it's not going anywhere right now. This is my only Model 20 I have left. I had a couple of them in Candy Stone. Just such a cute material. I have a funny relationship with this pen because I love it that it's like a push cap, and there's something about the little rings here that make it like seal up well, and it doesn't dry out. But then also, like, I don't love to carry it because I always feel like the cap's gonna slip off. So I mean, if you push it on there good, the cap doesn't slip off, but I still just get like nervous because there's no click or anything. So it doesn't get used as much as it should, but I've let go of the other 20s that I have, and I love the Candy Stone material. So that's the one holdout here. And then I have two 65s. I have several 66s that are the ones that you'll see in a few minutes. But this is in the antique glass that looks like the Coke bottle, the green Coke bottle material. And then this Venetian red, which I've almost parted with a couple of times, but it's so nice. This red is so, like, red is not my color, but this is so nice. And like, I love to ink it up at Christmas time. And I almost let it go, and then I pulled it out of the sale, and I don't regret that right now. Not to say it might not go at some other point, but for now, it's living here. And that's it for this one. Here is a kind of random tray. These are two Narwhal pens. This is one of the Narwhal originals from like the first week or so that they released. This is in Poseidon Blue. I had all 4 colors. This is the only one I have left. But I love this one. It probably will always stay here just because it was like from their very first release, you know. And it's a great little writer. I really do like it. Like, I enjoy it. So it's a fun one. And then this is the Voyage. This one came from Galen Leather. And yeah, it's really pretty. It's called Aurora. Can't remember what it's called right now, but it is really nice. It may not stay here forever, but the last couple of times that I've gone through to pull things out, it has stayed. It's a very comfortable pen to use. It is pretty. So for now, it stays. Maybe not forever. I only have 2 Benu pens left. I had about 6 or 7 or something. This is the Ice and Snow. That was a Gold Spot exclusive Talisman, and I just think it's gorgeous. I love the colors. I love the star glitters. I love this one. There was no doubt in my mind that this would be the only one I would keep if I let others go. I did let go of the Gourmet Pens True Unicorn. Please don't be mad at me. But I did let it go. I like this one better, and that one, I knew somebody would love to have it, you know. This is the only Euphoria I have. This is in Gold Coast, and I just love this material. It's really pretty. You know, I mean, how many times have I said pretty, I guess, into this video, but yeah, this one I love, so it's the one that stayed. I only have one Leonardo. This is the Memento Magico in Bella di Notte. Um, it's super pretty, shiny, purpley, translucent. It's inked currently, and I really enjoy this one. It's got a great, very fine nib that I enjoy immensely. My one Scribo pen, y'all, I almost sold this one recently along with the Aurora because I knew that I could make some money on it, but then I just had that moment of like, I can never get it back, you know? And so I'm still kind of wrestling with that a little bit. I think it's going to stay because of those reasons. But if I ever fall on really hard times, it might have to go. But yeah, y'all have seen this Scribo La Data in Aquarello. It's a really special hand watercolor painted pen. My one frustration with it is that it is a piston filler and you can't see how much ink is in there, which I don't want it to have an ink window, but it still is frustrating when you don't know. Like, I don't think I was getting much ink in there for a long time. And small side note, I found a way to fill it up. I need to do a video on that at some point because someone gave me a tool that helped me and I filled this thing up to the brim, and it has been working now for several weeks without any trouble. So anyway, I need to do a video and show you how to do that. But somebody remind me of that later. This is my one Waterman. Well, no, actually, I have two little watermelons. Just watermelons. I have two little tiny Watermans. Anyway, maybe I gotta remember to get those out at the end. But this is my little waterman. Waterman. I was gonna say watermelon again. Waterman Charleston. I think this was a limited pen or something. I don't know. I think it's so pretty. I almost let it go because the nib is a little bit broad for what I like, but it's just really special. I got it for a great price from an estate sale. The logo is cool because it's in like the Star Wars font. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know. It's in like the Star Wars font. So I think that's fun. And I enjoyed this one. I think it's special. It's from like 1999, I think. So it's kind of vintage at this point. This one is pretty new to me. It is a Wing Sung 601A. Yep, I got that right. It was $20. I got it from AliExpress, I think. And I got it like a month ago and have really enjoyed it. It's got ink in it. It's modeled after one of the Parker pens. I can't remember which one. It's obviously a copy. But I saw one of these on someone's Instagram or something. It is a piston filler. It's got like a blind cap, which the person I watched on YouTube, you really couldn't see the line. I can see the line for mine, but it's fine. But yeah, I was like, I gotta try that. And like right now, I was selling so much. I've been making money on pens. A $20 pen was in my budget. So I really enjoyed this one. I do wish that it had a little bit finer nib on it, but it's been fun. So okay, we are nearing the end. I have just a couple of trays left, and then what I'm selling. But here are most of my maker pens. Yeah, I have sold a ton of them. Part of me is kind of sad about having sold a bunch of them because they're all so lovely, but I'm happy with what I have here. There's nothing that I can think of that I'm like upset about, But so yeah, just quickly, I have an Edison Nouveau Premier, which Goulet Pens did this collaboration with Edison for a long time. This is a 2016 spring edition, and I don't actually love using it. It's got a very small grip, very broad nib, but it's just so stinking pretty, and it hasn't sold the few times that I've tried to sell it, so I think it's pretty. So it's gonna stay. It's kind of a sentimental at this point. I have one Walltown pen. This is the Watts model, and one of the primary manipulations, two or four primary manipulation, and it's super gorgeous. I sold a while back the Sebastian material to get this one, so, or to pay for this one. So, very happy with it. The grip is so comfy. Love this. It's Walltown Pens does great. You've seen my little Foster Toolworks pen from Etsy that converts into a roller ball. It's super fun. I have a whole video about most of these maker pens, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time. This Relic pens with the stars is super pretty. This like sparkle in there. I mean, it is just a gorgeous pen. Very comfortable, comparable to the Bone Crusher ones in like terms of comfort and the length. It's not postable, but I love that they have their logo on there, so I don't forget who made it. Not that I have, but sometimes with maker pens, you're like, where did this come from? Who made this? You know. My one analog notes. Wait, who made this one? Pretty sure Analog Notes pen. If not, I will correct that on the screen. Pretty sure that's right. I love that this one looks like the beach, like water crashing up onto like, you know, I don't know, like it looks like water, like, and even like some sand, you know, in there. Anyway, it's just really pretty. It's so like smooth and shiny. I don't know, so well made. The flat tops and bottoms are not even like my favorite thing, but like it's got this cute little like bloop bloop, like it's rounded in here. Like it's just so nice. So it has stayed despite so many other things leaving. I really like this one. My one Wood Wonders of North Carolina pen. This one is in yeah, this is a wooden pen, and right now I'm blanking on what it's called. Anyway, more about that in my maker pens video, but it is made of wood and this Illumilite resin. I think the combo is really pretty. I love the little 3 dots all over because they look like little dog faces to me, but like there's several little groupings of 3 dots, and I just think it's precious. But yeah, I kind of a little bit regret selling my other Wood Wonders pen, but I do think I like this one better. So my one and only Woodshed pen. I wish I had not sold my Woodshed Shimmer Purple from the Kickstarter. That's one pen regret that I have, but this one is the Pink and Green Crush that I traded my Kaweco Lilliput for to somebody a while back, and I'm really happy with it. I think it's just cute. And I've almost sold it a couple times because I don't use it all the time, but I'm glad that I haven't, and it's planning to stay. It's my one Woodshed pen, and I very much like it. Rust pens, I only have 4, and I had more, and Rust pens is one of my most favorite makers, and so a little bit of me is like, why did I let any Rust pens go? But it's okay. I'm happy with what I have, and he's still making pens, so this transparent one with this giant grip section, I almost sold it. One of you guys so kindly and graciously reached out and like sent me some money and said, keep a pen that you love. And I kept this one, and I think there was another one that I kept. And if you're listening, you are still such a blessing to me. Just that act of kindness was so kind when I shared about going through some debt issues, medical debt. Still kind of fighting it right now, but that was such a big help and just such a blessing that someone would be willing to just be like, here's some money, keep something that you don't want to sell. And she also gave me permission like to sell it if I decide I want to sell it, you know. So anyway, man, okay, sorry, just reminiscing. These two, I've almost like talked myself into letting one go at some point, but they're just such a great little shape. They're so shiny and like soft feeling, great, like comfortable. The little grip, I wish this was just a little bit different, like it was a little bit more of a gentler curve. But that being said, I love both of these. This is in this like Delvey's Plastics pink. I think both of them are Delvey's Plastics. But I just love this material. I love how like soft it feels, like satiny. I don't know. I love these. these rust pens. So I have one more that I'll show you that's in my long pens category. I have 4 Bone Crusher Velmas. Anyone who's been here for more than 30 seconds knows how much I love my Bone Crusher Velmas. These are some of the most comfortable pens that I have ever used. I'm going to put most of them back in here. This one is my newer one. My most recent one is in Galaxy Prime. I sold a couple of others and picked that one up. This one is like Siren Whispered or something. Anyway, it's like blue green shimmer one, so pretty. And then this Arizona Abalone, I just always love it for like, especially for the fall for some reason. It's like that orange, like I just want to grab that always in the fall. So it'll be coming out very soon. But yeah, the Velma, these threads are what is magical. Like they are almost non-existent feeling. The grip is so comfortable. So comfortable. The whole pen is so comfortable to hold. The threads, like you don't even feel them. I mean, you can feel them, but there's no sharpness. There's no step around the threads. Like, it's just magic. And they seal up really well. I've never had an issue with one drying out. Don't go buy all the Bone Crusher Velmas because leave one for me. But I do love them. I do love, love, love them. And then I have one Hogtown pen. I had 2, and in fact the other one was actually one that I commissioned, but this is the one that I kept. This Midnight Orchid material, I think is what it's called. I just think it's stunning. Like it's just really special, and there's so many different colors in here that make me feel okay about putting that ink color in there. Like this dark teal, there's brown, there's like orange, there's pink. You know, I could just kind of put so many colors of ink in here that would match, you know. This one also is just one of the most comfortable pens. It's a little bit slimmer than the Bone Crusher ones, but like so comfortable. Actually does post. Yeah, love it, love it. I mean, I would have a ton of Hogtown pens, but I'm also really just happy with this one. So, yeah, here's another tray. Got 2 more, I think, that are going to go pretty fast because there's not a ton to talk. There's not a ton to talk about in them. Okay, this one will be very quick. This is basically my sailor drawer. I had more sailors, and this is what I have left. I have this one mini that I've almost parted with, but it's October, and that's my birthday month. So it's got the little daisy, which is my birthday month flower. And it's just so stinking cute, you know? I need to ink it up. Today is the 29th of September, so it's almost October. I have one Pro Gear Slim left. This was my first one. It's actually a Nagasawa pen. I bought it from Jet Pens like pretty early in my fountain pen journey. We need another term for that, guys. Medium nib. I've had other ones that I've really liked. But this is the one that stayed. I think it's mostly the color that I just really love. The color. I do wish I had a medium fine nib instead of a medium, but I like it. I really like it. And then I have one standard Pro Gear, and it's got a fine nib. It's very sharp, very small. It's a Wanter edition, I think. But yeah, just the one. So I've only had 2. I think I bought 2 at the same time. This is the only one I kept. That's those sailors. These 2 are also technically sailor. Well, they are sailor pens. They're the Fude nibs. So they're the like bent nibs that you can use for like fun lettering. These 2 are both those. I got them from Amazon. These are all 6. These are all Jinhao 82s, which are just like a Pro Gear Slim, but with a steel nib. And they're like $6 instead of like, you know, hundreds. And so, no, I don't need all of these. And at this exact moment, I could let at least 3 of these go. But they're like super cheap. So no point in trying to sell them right now. And then I have this one online brand pen. This one I also bought from my friend who I'm selling the pens for. It is just, I don't know. I was like, I just want to try it. And I was thinking, like, I'm going to try it and then I'm going to clean it and then I'm going to put it back in the sale. Something about it I just really like. Like, it's this plastic pen, this cute, like, metal clip. It does have a little bit of a triangle grip, but it's kind of rubbery. But for whatever reason, it doesn't bother me. The nib is kind of fine. It says extra fine. It's a little scratchy actually, but I like it. I don't know. And when you're writing, the barrel untwists a little bit. But for whatever reason, I still just really enjoy it. So it's staying. I bought it from her for like $10, $8, something like that. When she brought me all these pens to help her sell. And yeah, I'm happy with my like inexpensive little pens that I've acquired recently. So, all right, one more tray. That again should be pretty quick. Okay, here we are. This is my short and long pens, plus a couple of extra. So in here, there are two of these little Pilot Petite 1 fountain pens, which they don't officially make anymore. You can still kind of find them once in a while. They were like $4 or something from Jet Pens when I got them. And they have a similar nib to like a Pilot Varsity, kind of disposable, which are kind of disposable-ish fountain pens. But these have been refilled a bunch of times. My only problem will be if the cartridge ever doesn't, gets loose and doesn't seal well, because it has to have these little tiny short Pilot cartridges. But yeah, I have two of those. I have two of the Opus 88, these little Opus 88 pens. I have tried to sell one of them. I have a frustration with these. This one is older. It does not post. It does not have a little like bump right here to post on, and that annoys me because it's just so little. But I like this one better with the little fox and the squirrels. It's very cute. This one I don't like as much. With the rabbit, I don't love this one. The rabbit's cute, but I have tried to let this one go. It says Happy New Year 2023 on it. I don't love that. But what's wonderful about this one is this ring is like notched and it posts. I wish that one posted, but it doesn't. This one posts. So anyway, these are my two little Opus 88 eyedroppers. They're here, whatever. One little Jinhao shark pen came from some friends. I actually showed up at church one day and this was in our little pen cup, and I was like, this is random. And my friend was like, yeah, I acquired that somehow and put it in the pen cup. And so anyway, at some point they said, just take it. And so I have this one shark pen. They're very cute. You can get a pack of them for like a pack of 12 of them for like $6 or something. Yeah, cute little shark pens. Great, I think, to give to kids. These are two little random metal pens that I just like. This is a Picasso from Amazon. I haven't used it in a while, but I just like it. Like, it's just cute. It's a great little color. It does have a metal grip, so you know that that's not my favorite, but it's just pretty. It's like feminine. It does write nice. It was a cheapie, like $12 pen, probably 6-8 years ago. This is a cross pen that I got from Office Depot, I think. And kind of similar, just like, I don't know, I just like it. It's fine. It doesn't stay inked really well. It has a proprietary cartridge, kind of annoying, but say inked very well. I mean, it kind of dries out. But at the same time, like, I like it. I don't know. It's here. It's gonna stay. Then here's my one last little tiny pen. This is that little Wancher, like, Puchiko pen. I have a whole video about this. It's so small, but it's actually usable. Like, I have written journal entries with this pen. You wouldn't want to write a novel with it, but it's so cute. It's just such a, like, look at this. Look at this. Compared to my finger, it's just precious. Like, this is just so sweet. It's just so cute. So there's my little teeny tiny baby pen. And then here's my gigantic fairy stick is what it's called. by Russ Pens. He had to send this to me like in 3 parts. It came disassembled like this in 3 little separate containers because it's so huge and I adore it. I've said it's kind of like writing with a brand new number 2 pencil, like a brand new freshly sharpened one. And it even posts. You can even post it to make it bigger. I love this. I love this pen. I need to ink it today. I love it so much. Working my way back up this way. My one other Esterbrook. This is the oversize in candy. I had the standard size in candy. I had a couple of them. I had actually gotten them for a discount and turned around and sold them both when I saw this one because it was just perfect. Like the material was just perfect. It had the right amounts of all the colors, and it's my only oversize. I did drop it on the concrete one day and it has some nicks in the clip, but yeah, so special. It's inked right now. It's got to go back in my pen case. And then I have 3 Franklin-Christoph Model 66 pens, M66. This was my very first Franklin-Christoph, and I eyedroppered it pretty immediately with Noodler's Cactus Fruit Eel, which I still is such a gorgeous ink. It's considered a desk pen because it's so long. Like it doesn't go this way. It doesn't fit in some of your standard pen cases. So it's considered a desk pen, the idea being you just leave it at work on your desk or at home, I guess, on your desk because it's so long. But it's the same shape as the 65, just bigger. And yeah, I think I've done a comparison before. But so here's the 65. It's slimmer and shorter. It's overall just like a shrunken down size of the 66. But this one's in pearl pull. And I love this material. A couple of times I've been like, I need to not have 3 of these, but also I love them all. And this one I actually had for sale recently and then like marked it as, actually, no, sorry, I'm keeping it. Because this is, I think, the exact same color as that Russ Pens pen, which is why I keep being like, I could let one of these go. But no, I love it. And this one has the 4 facets. It's a prototype. But anyway, love these Franklin-Christoph pens. Oh, okay, wait a second. All right, for one thing, here is my little container, and you've seen these of some little vintage things that came from my grandmother's. I'm not going to go through them, but some little Schaefers and Parkers. My grandmother, my grandfather, and yeah, just some little special things. These are my 2 little ring top pens. One of them is a Waterman, one of them is a Wall. And I would love to get these working at some point. But these are little tiny ring top pens that ladies used to wear on a necklace around their neck. And these came from an artist that I knew. After he passed away, his family gave these to me. So those are special, along with this cool pencil too. This Caran d'Ache pencil. So yeah, and there's some other little random fountain pens in here. So I guess to give you a whole collection, I really kind of have to just show you these little cheapy ones, but they're very functional, cute. This one's like the size of a lipstick, but then you can screw on to post, and it's like a full-size pen. Whew. These are Moon Man pens. This one's the same, and then this one's kind of a longer version, which might have a glass nib. No, I thought it had a glass nib on it, but this one is special. It's a hero pen. My grandmother gave it to me for Christmas one year, which is why it's special. It does not really work. I could never really get it working well. But I keep it, and I keep it on my desk because she gave it to me. She picked it out from Amazon for me for Christmas. And so, yeah, that just kind of makes it special. It is pretty. I couldn't sell it for anything, So, anyway, that's one more. And then, guys, I almost forgot my Grail pen. Let me put this away. Almost forgot my Grail pen that I had the opportunity to purchase a couple of years ago. Did not take that lightly, but this is my one and only Mont Blanc. This is the Mont Blanc Patron of Arts Catherine the Great, and I know it's really ostentatious, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love this burgundy shade, burgundy, maroon. I don't know, y'all tell me. With the gold. I would love to have the Peter the Great as well, which is green and gold. Or there's a green and silver version. But there's no, there's that's a dream. But this one is for sure my favorite. It's got a very, very wet medium nib that I would love to get ground down, but I would also be really nervous to hand it over to anybody. Not that I don't trust them, but just you only get one shot with something like this. I'm also nervous with this pen because I have heard that there are no parts for this pen at Mont Blanc. So if something happens to it, I'm just out of luck. So it is a piston filler, and I just I don't know. I'm nervous about it, but I need to use it more. I have used it. Anyway, that's a special one. So that is my pen collection. That's everything that I have that I'm keeping, at least for the time being. And someone asked me, are you still going to have any pens? And I was like, yes. I'm not getting rid of everything probably ever, but I might get rid of some more. But right now I'm happy with what I have. And here is what is for sale. These 6 are mine, and the rest of these are my friends. If you're on Instagram, you probably have interacted with this person at some point, but I didn't ask her about sharing who she is. But this is a pen friend who is reliable and takes care of her stuff, and she just doesn't have time or isn't really experienced with selling pens, and so she asked me if I would help her. So, and I'm making a little bit of money off of what I sell too. So that's nice. That was very kind of her, very gracious, and I don't mind doing the selling. So just quickly, a Sailor Pro Gear Slim and Pillow Book Spring Sky with a medium fine nib. I love this nib. I would trade it out for that other pink Pro Gear Slim, except that that one has a Nagasawa branded nib and this one has a Sailor branded nib, so I'm not going to do that. But wonderful nib. It's just one that I can let go, Both of my Memento Zeros. This is Nuvola Blue, Nuvola Lilac. Fine nib, extra fine nib, very lovely, great nibs. I don't know. I just feel like I can let them go. So Esterbrook Winter White. This is the piston, the push button filler. It's got a fine nib on it. It's a little bit of a wet fine nib, and it's beautiful. Has that ink window in it. Yeah, that one's for sale. This is a Walltown Cattsburg, an azalea. Every time I pick it up, I second guess myself, but it's called Azalea. It's beautiful handmade material. This is the Derail Pens Derail model in Milkshake. It does have a Maverick Pens nib on it because someone wanted the medium nib, and I traded it with this extra fine nib when I sold something else. So anyway, that was not a branded nib. But anyway, this Milkshake one, y'all know, I always say it just looks like a little cloud. It's so cute. But the truth is, the grip is too slim for me, for my preference. And so I'm letting it go. These are all from my friend Kim. There is a Monteverde Monza, a Visconti Breeze and Cherry, a Monteverde, is this an Invincia? It's like this iridescent blue purple. Sorry, it's fine. Landed on my mat. If you like metal pens, man, this is beautiful. A Faber-Castell something another that is matte, brushed aluminum on the grit on the barrel. It's got this textured grip. Anyway, Faber-Castell, another Faber-Castell, something another. It's like a starter pen. It's very inexpensive, cutie little snap cap pen. This one is a Fountain Pen Revolution flex nib. It's a small, like a number 5 size flex nib. Piston filler, not fancy, but it's, you know, it's a flex, so it's one that's just kind of a for fun pen. 2 Karis Penco. I believe this is the ink model, but it's a clipless one. They both have Bach nibs. This one has a black Bach nib. You can see that there's a little wear here from the metal threads on the red color, but otherwise the pen is in really good condition. Same for this one. The pen's in great condition. Little wear on the threads there from the color, and then another Bach nib. So Karis Penco does great work. 1 Conklin stylograph in this matte, like Arctic I think is the material. Yeah, a cute little blue matte finish Conklin pen. And a Lamy Safari, brand new, never used. You can see actually that is there, but it's not been pushed in because the little ring is still here, little cardboard ring. It may have been inked maybe with a cartridge actually, or converter or something. Or it may not have. I'm not sure. Okay, so I can't say for sure. It's got a fine nib on it. Because I think Lamy does a dip test before they send the pen. So I don't know if that on there is from the Lamy dip test or if it's been gently used. I don't know. But it looks new to me. I have the original box. I have the box for a few of these things, not all of them. So you can find these over on my Instagram. Or send me a message about them and we can connect over it. So anyway, there's my fountain pen collection. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I would love to know your thoughts on my collection, on what you were like, hey, why don't you have this anymore? Or I think I want to do a video soon about, letting things go and like sort of my mindset shift that I'm trying to have about material things and what's important. And my stuff. So, because I'm a stuff person, I just like stuff, So, anyway, I hope this has been visible to you and not off screen. Here it is up close. All right. Anyway, thank y'all for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you again very soon. Take care.